everyone, and welcome to another segment of AstrologyAnswers.com's weekly horoscope. My name is Terence Gardino. This is going to be a very active week, as starting Monday, July the 23rd. Mercury's going retrograde, and at the end of the week, it is a full moon lunar eclipse. And Mars is still retrograde. So there's a lot of adjusting going on. You might be thrown some unexpected curveballs. You certainly do not want to be initiating any kind of important new projects because the energy is too fluctuating. It's not all going to be the kiss of death, of course, but there's more of a probability that you could make mistakes. You could be making too much of impulsive decisions. But let's break this down. On Tuesday, the 24th, Venus, planet of love and harmony, but also creativity, is going to be in opposition to Neptune. Opposition is interacting with others. Venus-Neptune could be all this dreamy romanticism, but with Neptune, there's this fantasy energy that's a possibility. So this could be a very romantic period for a day or two, but you may also be falling in love with love, and there might be some signs that the relationship is not on the up and up, but you are a bit too wearing those rose-colored glasses and only wanting to see what you want to see. So if you're meeting somebody, on a blind date or at a party or something like that on Tuesday, you want to take any kind of infatuation with a grain of salt because it may be more dreamy than reality. On Wednesday, the Sun is going to be in hard angle to Uranus. This could bring in some unexpected upsets and surprises. Now, it doesn't all have to be negative, but something unexpected could be jarring you. This is also could be very good energy for getting out of a rut, trying something new, reinventing yourself. But on the same day, on the 25th, that Wednesday is when Mercury is going retrograde until August the 18th. So it could be the Sun-Uranus is throwing you an unexpected curveball or an unexpected surprise where now you have to rethink your options. You might have just been going along, these are my goals, this is what I'm doing, and then this surprise comes along and now you have to rethink everything. But with Mercury in retrograde, you don't make sudden decisions, particularly with that Sun-Uranus. Just kind of breathe, sleep on it, maybe get some outside advice. Because even on the next day, on Thursday, now the Sun is in opposition to Mars, but the Mars is retrograde. So this opposition could be these confrontations that could trigger some ego disputes, arguments, interacting with others. Personally, you might just be overly anxious and impulsive with that, but with the Mars in retrograde, you might be also feeling kind of frustrated that you want to make some change and you don't know how to go about it or the timing's all wrong. Then we get to Friday and it's the full moon lunar eclipse. Now, there's a full moon once a month. It's a time when everything comes to light, it tests relationships, it can be a very emotional time. But when it's a lunar eclipse, which is usually twice a year, think of it as a full moon on steroids. And it's going to be at 4 degrees Aquarius, 4 degrees of Leo. And if you have any planets within a couple of degrees of that axis, Leo, Aquarius, then instead of a full moon, where the effects can last a couple of days, when it's a lunar eclipse, the effects can last a couple of months. So it could make a major impact in your life. And also on Friday, relational Venus is going to be in harmony with powerful transforming Pluto. So it could be a good day, actually, for bringing a lot of relationship issues to a head and then starting to work and resolve them, which could also be positive with the Mercury in retrograde, where things that you might have been holding back and being resentful or you didn't really understood, now this all comes to a head, and now you could talk it all out. And as long as you are communicating and being transparent, this could be very positive for resolving a lot of misunderstandings in relationships. So there could be some good things by the end of the week, but during the week with the Mercury going retrograde and the Sun to the Mars and the Venus to the Neptune, there's a lot of unsettled energy. This is why you don't want to start a new job. You don't want to start some kind of new, even an exercise program. You don't want to move, and a lot of these things you got to do anyhow. But I'm just saying, if you can put something off that's important, do it until the energy calms down. But if you can't, then pace yourself and try to get some outside advice before committing to anything too important. So before I sign off, I want to remind you I'm available for the one question offer for a nominal fee. You can find a direct link in the description box underneath this video. So it makes it a lot easier. And the time of birth, the rough time of birth, is very important. Even if you put your birth information with the time in with your question to me, then I can make sure that I've got it accurately. I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you next week with my next segment. Until then, have a great week.